7city gives you lots of materials. The manual tracks the syllabus, learning objective by learning objective, and gives you all the details you need for the exam itself. Now the idea is, if you memorize that book word for word, cover to cover, then you're going to have no problem with the exam at all. But there's no real exam practice in there. For that, you need the question book. The question book is divided into chapter questions, which track the manual chapter by chapter, and mock examinations, which are structured just like your real exam. The right number of questions and the right weighting for each syllabus area. How do I use the materials to pass the exam? Well, 7city have a recommended study method. The recommended study method is read, recall, review, and repeat. Read. Read a chapter in the manual, skimming over those areas you feel comfortable with and slowing down on the areas you're a little bit uncertain of. Then, recall. Try the chapter questions. Answer those questions and see what you get right, what you get wrong. If you get it wrong, then it indicates that you don't fully understand that information. So you need to go back and review the information. Pick up the manual again, look up those sections that cover the areas that you got wrong, and make sure you've got a good understanding of those areas. Then, repeat. Repeat the questions a second time. Consolidating the information and getting above 80% is the target you should be aiming for. Once you've done that for all of the chapters in the workbook, you should then move on to the mock examinations. Moving on to the mock examinations and treating them in the same way. Use the exam questions to recall the information, review anything you get wrong, and then repeat by doing the mock examinations a second time, aiming for that 80% mark or above second time through. You also have access to 7city Online. 7city Online is an excellent resource with lots of material on there. You've got the chapter questions. The chapter questions are just like the ones you have in the hard copy book, but you can practice in the way of the exam, choosing one question at a time, moving through those questions, and moving back if you wish. You have mock exams, mock examinations just like the ones in the hard copy book. But there's also additional questions. Additional questions reflect the very latest feedback we've had from the exam itself. And so you can get the latest information from the exam in those additional questions. Now, it's not the exam questions, but it does cover those latest topics that he's testing in the exam. There's also tutor recordings. Tutor recordings give you a real feel for what it's like to sit in a 7city classroom. And so you can watch a tutor cover all of the material in your course, giving examples and explaining complicated points. You also get to see his slides that he annotates throughout that particular course. It's a very useful resource, and it can be streamed online, it can be downloaded in MP3 and MP4 format too. Also available is tutor support. You get direct access to us as tutors at 7city through the 7city online portal. If you have a query, log that query on the help desk and a tutor will get back to you the very same day. We're answering those help desk queries business days, Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock till 5:30, and if you need a call, leave us a number and we'll call you back. Thank you very much for listening to me, and I wish you well with your studies.